Three tax mistakes that I've seen this past tax season that I want to talk to you about so that you can avoid them for 2025 for the upcoming tax season. Come on, let's go. So, number one, if you take a distribution from your retirement, please make sure to have taxes withheld. And also, please be aware that if you are taking an early withdrawal, there will be a penalty of 10% of the amount that you have had withdrawn of the distribution. A lot of people, they will take withdrawals, distributions from their retirement, and they are surprised, even after they've had taxes withheld, that they have to pay a penalty when they file their taxes. So some advice that I would give to you is that if you are taking an early distribution, you know that you will be penalized. And this is if you're under the age of 59, I think and a half. You will be penalized. So once you receive that distribution, go ahead and set 10% to the side, or take 10% of your earned income and put it to the side so that when you file your taxes that you can be prepared to pay that penalty, especially if you typically owe taxes. If you typically get a credit, then you may not have to worry about actually seeing that penalty. But if you owe taxes, you will see a penalty that you will have to owe. The second thing is, if you have health insurance through the healthcare marketplace, you want to make sure that your income that you have reported, that you have estimated, is consistent with what actually the marketplace has. So if you reported an income, you need to know what you reported with your agent. Make sure that you are in contact with your agent to make any updates. So if you lose a job, if you gain a job, if you lose income, if you see an increase in your income, anytime that happens, you need to reach out to your healthcare agent so that they can update your application. A lot of people get extremely mad when they file their taxes and they owe money because they didn't provide the correct information as it pertains to your income. Please keep in mind that when you receive a tax subsidy for health insurance, so let me back it up right quick. I am a health insurance broker, by the way. So you can get health insurance through the healthcare marketplace, and as of right now, you can apply for a tax subsidy. The tax subsidy is given to you based upon your household income and the household size. So whatever income that you project, if it's $30,000, $40,000, $80,000, there's in the government, they're going to provide a tax subsidy to help you cover a portion of your health care based upon your household income and size. If your income changes and you don't report it, you could be penalized. You may have to owe back a portion of that tax subsidy because you didn't update it. So a lot of people, they can't stand the healthcare marketplace because of this, but it's not the actual insurance. It's you. It's the fact that you aren't updating that information with your healthcare agent. So if you have health insurance through the marketplace, make sure that you try to project as close as you can. I know there are situations where you may have lost a job or you're starting a new business, so you have no idea, and that's okay. Just make sure that you stay in contact with your health insurance agent so that you can make updates as you see any type of changes to your income. Third thing I would have to say is for small businesses. IRS, they do keep an eye on the fact, are you running a business so that it can eventually become your main source of income? These are things that are written in publications with the IRS to be able to determine if a business is a business or if it's a hobby. I've had situations where people are extremely upset when I have to tell them, and I'm the first point of contact before you have to even deal with the IRS. If you can't deal with me, you can't deal with the IRS. But I want to be transparent so that we can devise a plan to benefit you. But if you aren't willing to work with that plan, then you have to deal with the IRS. You have to play the game their way. And that's okay. But one of the biggest things, or one of the things that came up, is operating a hobby versus a business and not being able to decipher or determine the two, and being able to kind of pivot when needed. So the IRS only allows a business to report a loss 3 consecutive years out of 5-year term. So that means after you have reported a loss for 3 years, the business will be deemed a hobby. A lot of people are thrown back. They're upset because it's like, well, I'm running a side hustle. I'm deducting all of my expenses that I'm entitled to, and you mean to tell me I can't do that anymore? And the answer to that is no. There are ways to work around that, but working with a tax strategist will help you to be able to maneuver it to benefit you. If you're